All right. It looks like we're live.
Yay!
I'm excited. I'm going to make sure.
Oh, it's on my page.
Yeah, it's on mine
I
too.
see it.
Okay.
I'm going to share real
Awesome.
quick to my team page.
Definitely me too.
Hopefully it shares. Woohoo!
It looks so good.
Thank you. Thank you.
It looks amazing. Okay, I'm pumped up to do this. If you guys are tuning in, make sure you share this video, share it with your team, share it with your prospects, share it with friends, family, cousins, all of them, okay? I'm so excited to do this with you, Autumn. I'm like pumped up.
Yay.
I'm glad I built up the courage to ask you to do this because
Girl.
it's been on my heart for a while.
I am nobody scary. You just ask any questions you want.
You are awesome. So let's go ahead and jump into it.
Yeah.
I know people are going to be hopping on, but I just want to introduce myself. Thank you so much, first off, for doing this with me. Yeah. I know when we met, we immediately hit it off, and you've just been my girl ever since. So to whoever is tuning in from your page, I'm 𝓢𝓹𝓸𝓽𝓵𝓲𝓰, and I'm a brand rep with this business just like Autumn. I started a little over 4 years ago. I was a baby girl when I started. I was 19 years old in college. Like, I knew nothing about nothing. I was just getting my feet wet out in life. And so when this business came into my life, like, I was a broke college kid. I was literally working 2 jobs. So I was waking up early, going to work, going to class, leaving class, going to work, and doing it all over again. And I was just beyond struggling, like always having more month than money. Mm-hmm. When this business came into my life, like, I was like, heck yeah, I'm definitely interested. And I was just so intrigued. Like, I had never heard about network marketing, never heard about making extra income from home or anything like that. So that's what inspired me. Just seeing a collective of women being able to bring in an extra 500, 2,000, 5,000. I mean, it goes on and on. Mm-hmm. So I was so excited to just jump into this. But I don't know about you, but what happened to me is I had like an oh crap moment. I heard it was $99 to sign up. So being broke, I'm like, I don't know if I can do that. You know what I'm saying? But something stuck out to me that my upline said, girl, and she was just like, how many times do you spend $99 and you never see a return? Mm-hmm. And look, I like to get my nails done. I like to eat. I like to get my hair did. Mm-hmm. I'm like, you know what? It costs like $200 to get my weave done. So I can literally spend $99 with this business, even if it's my last. Mm-hmm. So with $127 in my account, at 19 years old, I invested it, I started, and I haven't looked back. I mean, this business has allowed me to boost my credit, to pay for tuition in college. I was actually able to buy my dog with one of my bonuses. My first baby came from an Emerald bonus, okay? And I'm not ashamed. But man, it's been life-changing. So I want to allow you to introduce yourself and just tell a little bit about your story.
All right. My name is Autumn Bloom, you guys. I am 26 years old. From Houston, Texas. I am a mama of 2. And before this business, I was a restaurant manager. From 17 years old, I got my first job as a cashier at a local, fast food place. And then climbed the ladder all the way up to assistant manager. I actually was going to go to college, and they were like, well, if you don't go to college, like, we'll just promote you here. Like, maybe that's something that you'd want to look into. So didn't go to college. I was like, yeah, like, that's cool. So the age of 18, as soon as I got out of high school, they promoted me. I worked my butt off all the way until 21. I left that restaurant, went to a different one, and I just thought that's what I was going to do for the rest of my life. And my upline, Amanda, we were actually friends on a mom group. Like, we didn't know each other at all, like 0%. Yeah. And so she posted something like, hey, can I ask somebody a question? And I was like, okay. I'm like, yeah, you can ask me. Like, I'm an open book. Like, what? Uh-huh. And she messaged me. She was like, hey, like, would you be interested in making money from home? And I was always the type of person, like, I was looking for, like, survey things to do. Like, I was looking for extra money. But, like, as you said, like, I didn't know anything about direct sales or whatever. I had seen the rap on Instagram like once before, but I was like, that doesn't work. Like, that's
yeah.
And so she messaged me, and she told me everything, how much it was to get started, and I was just like, is this real? Are you scamming? Like, what is this? Yeah. And I actually told her no for 4 months. Like, we became friends in October. I didn't join until January. So I told her no, like I wasn't ready. I was busy. I was a mom of my little boy. I was working 50, 60 hours a week, just all the things. And my schedule was from any time of the day, because restaurants, we had an open bar. So like it was open till 2 a.m. and just crazy.
Yeah.
So I just never thought that this was for me until she messaged me that final time. And she was like, girl, like, get in this. Like, what are you doing? Like, come on. And I was like, you know what? Like, fine. I actually took part of my rent money to sign up. So I was late on my rent, had to pay all the late fees and all that fun stuff. But for me to be late on my rent one last time, or like not be able to pay that bill one last time, like whatever, like I'm gonna pay this money, like $99, like you said, like I would have paid, you know, $99 to go out to eat and not even flinch. So yeah, as well. And I got in super excited. Actually, a week later, I signed up, and like a week later, I found out I was pregnant with my daughter. Wow. So that was like a whole nother thing. I was like, dang, like this is gonna add on top. Like I wanted to do this business now because I didn't want to have to miss out on my daughter's life like I did my son. Like I had to FaceTime him good night and good morning because I was at work and he was asleep, and I would have to, like, we would cross shifts, like me and my husband. So we would see each other like only when I was leaving and he was coming home, or he was leaving and I was coming home. So I just didn't want that life when my daughter was born. So then I just set my butt on fire, and I was so ready to do this. So my first month in, I went Ruby, which is what I joined for, $500 a month. Yeah, it started off really quick, and I was super excited. But then, like, I don't know what it was. Probably my job security, like looking back, is probably what I feel that it was. Like, because I had my full-time job, I wasn't giving this my all, because I was like, oh, well, I'm still working full-time. So if this doesn't work out, then, you know, I still have my full-time job. And it paid okay. You know, like we struggled. We made too much to get onto WIC and food stamps and anything like that. So buying diapers and formula, I remember having to go and like go to the Coinstar machine in Walmart and be like so embarrassed. Like, that thing is so loud. Like, why? It is. Oh, I know. I feel like people are judging, like, she broke, like she has to come to this machine and make all this noise. Like, I just felt so awful. I would go late at night to do it so that like nobody was there. Yeah. And so I had my daughter in August, and I stayed Ruby that time. Like, I was Ruby for 2 years. So I feel you working on that Diamond Girl, and you're gonna get it. Like, it took me a minute, but you know, it's gonna show up. So in August, I had my daughter in the middle of Hurricane Harvey in Houston. Yeah, girl. Like, it was crazy. We were separated from my son and my husband for like 3 or 4 days. We almost got kicked out of the hospital because they needed our bed, and just, that's a whole other story. And then, so I was on maternity leave. And when you're on maternity leave, because I was assistant manager, like I was lucky enough to get paid. It wasn't my full check. I think it was like 60% or something like that. But, I was late, or not late, but like I was only paying like half of my car note and like half of this and half of that, because I wasn't getting my full checks, and I was the breadwinner. Like, my husband had a full-time job too as an assistant manager, but my checks were more. So not having that full check, like that hurt a lot. Yeah, I bet. And so I was like, I don't want to go back to work. Like, I just want to bust it and like not have to go back to work when my 6 weeks are up. And, you know, that didn't happen. You know, things happen in life to where, you know, stuff just doesn't work out sometimes, and it's okay. Yeah. So I went back to work in October. Come to find out that the promotion I was up for at my job had been given to somebody who was a rank under me in the company, which like I was so mad at that point. I was like, I'm on maternity leave, and you're going to give my promotion to somebody who was under me. And like, I mean, that's corporate America for you. Like, they can do whatever they want. Yeah, they can do whatever they want. They don't care whose feelings they hurt. They don't care whose money is coming out of whose mouth. Like, they don't care. And I was just over it. I'm like, okay, I'm done. Like, I fell in love with It Works already. Like, I knew I had seen my friends and everybody making full-time incomes and coming home to their babies and paying for trips and doing all this stuff. And I was just over it. So that's job security just kept me from getting to the point where I wanted to be. And in December, literally I went back to work in October. In December, I had a shift where I closed, and I had not checked the back door. So when they opened on my closing shift, it was open, which is a security issue. Like, I get it, like whatever. I was waiting for my write-up, like it's cool. But instead of just writing me up for it, they terminated me. They just let me go. They were just like, whatever. And I could not tell you how many other managers left that back door open on my shift. And I would just text them like, hey, like, be careful, girl. Like, don't get in trouble, but that's not always the case. Like, there's always two-faced people, and it's a mess. So I did get fired. And from that moment, like, as soon as they fired me, I walked out to my car, and the first person I called was my upline, not my husband, not my mom, not anybody else. I called her and I was like, Amanda, I just got fired. And she's like, Autumn, like, this is what you want. Like, why are you crying?
Oh, I hear Amanda saying that.
Yeah, she's like, you want this. You want to be home full time and doing this business. So, like, what are you doing? And I'm like, you right, girl? Like, what am I crying for? Like, I hated this job anyways.
Yes.
So from that moment on, I have been home full time with this business. I never applied for another job. I never looked for anything. And that Christmas was hard because I got fired in December. So I had to hand make certain gifts. We got hand-me-down toys and books and stuff for my son, which, like, that hurt. So it, like, pushed me even harder to work. So it didn't happen the way I wanted it even still. I was working my business, and then because I was on maternity leave, like I said before, and I was paying only like half of my car notes, my car got repoed in January. So I get fired. My car gets repoed in January. I do go to conference in February because it was already paid for because before I got fired. I went broke as a joke. When I tell you my team paid for my meals, they paid for all, like, I didn't have to like go sharing on Ubers because I couldn't afford it. I hadn't paid my upline for my part in the hotel, and she was like, girl, don't worry about it. Like, we know you're struggling. I'm at conference, find out my daughter has some type of like respiratory thing going on at home and she's in the ER, and just all the things that can mess you up and want to quit the business and everything. Like, it happened to me. After conference in February, my 3-year-old dog died in March of something weird, like not even the vet could tell us. And then our 4-month-old puppy died in April. So like just back to back things were happening. And then finally in May, I called my mom and I was like, hey, like, what would you think about if we just moved home for a little bit? Like, we need a fresh start. Like, I can't let this stuff keep happening to me. I can't keep playing the victim or being the victim. Like, this isn't what I wanted. Like, this is not what I want. And she was like, yeah, like, she fully supported it all. She knew I was going to come home and work this business and not look for a regular job. Yeah. And all those things. And like, she fully supported me, and not everybody gets the support that I did. Like, I am so, so grateful that my parents allowed me to come home with a family of 4, because my husband and my 2 kids are here. And I'm just so grateful that I had that amount of support. And then I was like, okay, fresh start. My business was not existent because of all the things I had just listed. Like, I was starting over from scratch from May of 2018 until now, and working my business hard. In 2018, I was able to pay for that Christmas in cash. I was able to pay all of my bills that I had on time, my car notes. We were paying for car insurance. Like, we couldn't even afford car insurance when we were on our own. We didn't have it. Like, so my one car was beat up, and we just didn't have it. So being able to pay for things like car insurance and just like the regular things, like, it felt so good to be able to do that and be home with my babies. And then 2019 conference came around. They announced that $10,000 diamond bonus, and they announced green carpet, and I was pumped. I was like, heck yes, this is my time. I am not letting anything stop me from going diamond, earning that $10,000 bonus, and doing everything that I need to do. Yeah. And I did. That next month, March, I promoted to diamond. That $10,000 bonus ran in, and I started just paying off things. Like, my husband didn't have a driver's license until this past August. Because he had like traffic warrants for not driving without a license when he was younger, and he couldn't afford to pay them, so they just became outstanding warrants. And like, he's not a criminal, he's just traffic ticket. And I paid in cash $1,300 for all 3 tickets that he had. We went down to the GPS, got his permit, drove to a driving school, paid the $100 for him to take the test in cash, like, all in one day. Then we went back to the DPS and got his driver's license, turned around the next week and bought an SUV. Then a month later, we were at Disney World right before green carpet, paid for it in cash. My whole family went, my babies, my mother-in-law, like, we all tore it up at Disney World. And then we went to green carpet in September, where I met you and Mark and Cammie. And it's just been like an up, uphill battle from there. And it's just been so amazing. And now I'm shooting for double and triple this year, hopefully more. But I'm just super, super excited. And I never just don't quit. Like, I just can't. You imagine, like, if I would have quit when all of that, all of those things happened to me, like, I had so many reasons to quit. And it's not for me. Quitting is not for me.
Oh my gosh, you have me fired up. I was like tearing up over here. I'm like, oh my God. That is so amazing. And I know my phone is like blowing up with notifications.
Mine is too over here. I'm like,
girl, it's only I can mute it, but it's okay. We'll make it work. Oh, your story is amazing. Like, it's crazy. Like I told you, you inspire me so much. And we have like totally different stories. Like, I'm a fur mom, you're a real mom.
Yeah.
I don't have any babies. I'm not married. I started this thing in college, and just hearing all that you went through, I just know so many women can relate to that. Like, when I started this business in college, it was a dark time for me. And I think that's another reason why I said yes to this so fast, because I needed that community. I needed that group of women, and I wanted that friendship, that bond, like that circle. Because I was in an abusive relationship. Like, college was a dark spot.
Yeah.
I was very insecure. Like, I stayed to myself. I was just in this shell. And this business opened up so many possibilities. And just hearing your story, how things just went from left to right. And just this year, like, I met you in September. Like, this year just sounds like things
it was amazing.
Turn for you.
Yeah, and I do want to say this too.
Yeah,
with all of that went on, I did not make a paycheck for the month that I was fired. So every other single month, I still brought in an income. I didn't care if it was $100, $400, $600. I still worked the business little bit by little bit, just to keep myself in. The only time I never received a paycheck was that month that I got fired, and we just couldn't swing it. So through all of that, I still was bringing in money.
Beast mode. That is just incredible. And like, I love how real and honest you are, because I know a lot of people have this misconception, like, oh, they have it all together. Like, they're a diamond and they're a triple, and life is amazing.
My room right now, girl. No.
Like, no, I get it. Like, I'm at home with my grandpa right now.
There's like, I'm for days over there, and I'm just like, not for me.
I totally get it. And like, just your transparency. So I've been at the rank of Emerald for a few years now. And like, my thing in college was our fast start bonuses. Like, to this
I love them.
They're the best thing ever. Just unlimited $100 bonuses we get.
Especially when you don't expect it. Like, when you get that email and you're just
oh
like,
my God.
What?
I'm like, oh, yeah, extra $300. Oh, all right, birthday. So like, that was a lifesaver for me. And I think a lot of people just have that misconception, like, you have to be a certain type of person to start this business. Like, oh, I have to be a people person, or I have to know how to go Facebook Live. But it's a journey. It is a journey. And being somebody like me personally, who deals with anxiety, depression, social anxiety, like, this was so far outside of my comfort zone. Even this live is outside of my comfort zone. But this business, you're like saying, this business is so gracious that it allows you to be yourself and still make money.
Yeah, and it allows you to fail and get back up again, and fail and get back up again. Like, you just heard my story. You know how many times I did that? Like, and I didn't even, when I went diamond, like, I was still a ruby. Like, I skipped over emerald, and I was just like, I'm just going straight for it. Like, I don't have time for this anymore. I was ready.
Exactly. Girl, so like, I know we're talking about different terms, and I know we have a lot of viewers on here. They're probably like, what's ruby? What's emerald? What's diamond? And all of this. So can you talk like a little bit about ruby and just that extra like $200 to $500 a month? Because most people join for that extra cushion.
And that's what I joined for. I joined for just a little bit, a couple $100 just to help with bills, like, just to not be broke at the end of the month. And ruby is our first like big rank, I guess you want to call it. It's our first like leadership rank. It's an extra $500 a month on average. Insert disclosure statement over here somewhere.
Okay, drop it in the
And yeah, drop it in the chat. Somebody, please help us.
Yeah, please.
But it's not only that, like you still are making your weekly bonuses on top of that too. So you can make cash. We have 5 different ways we get paid. So if you have wraps in your drawer that you're waiting, to use, go and make yourself $25 and fill up your gas tank, girl.
Yeah.
And Diamond or Emerald is an average of $800 to $900 a month. Diamond is an average of $2,000. It's a full-time income. That's what I made with, restaurant management, but plus that $10,000 bonus that I earned, and plus the plus and a plus and a plus this and a plus this. Like, it can go as far as you want it to go. And that's what I love about this business. Like, I couldn't make more than, what I made at the restaurant. Like, I was getting 15-cent raises here and a 10-cent raise this year and a 10-cent raise the next year. And I'm like, what is this? Like, I'm doing the same work, even more, working overtime and overtime and overtime and getting called in on my days off and all this stuff for what? Like, for what? For nothing. To get treated like crap. And like, it's not worth it to me. And now when I see this, I'm like, oh no, corporate America can't afford me no more.
Yeah, and really, like, it's crazy just what people will do for a check. Like, when we work these 9-to-5 jobs, a lot of times we're not satisfied. Like, we're just not. I was a cafe manager when I started this, so I totally understand where you're coming from. And I was also a teacher assistant. So I tell people all the time, like, you may not want to do something like this or thought something like this would be for you, but hey, cleaning poop around toilets wasn't for you, girl, either. But I did whatever my boss, my manager asked me to do. Stock shoes, okay, clean out the oven, clean the burnt corners, like
babysitting adults. That's what I always called it. Babysitting adults for a living. Yeah. Because I was the same age as them because I was so young. When I started managing, I was 18, and I have servers that are the same age as me, and it was just like, it was hard. Like, how am I supposed to tell you what to do? Like, you're grown. Like, do your job.
It's crazy. And then just what you have to buy to even be able to be equipped for your job, like your uniform.
We made everybody buy that stuff. Shoes, pants, belts. Like, you had to have all of that stuff. And to be a server, you have to, and those shoes alone are like $50. That's half of our enrollment fee. Like, girl, what you doing?
Girl, what you doing? Oh my gosh, I love that. I love that. So I know we can like chop it up all day. Like, I love it. But results, okay? Because I want to hit on your results real quick, and I like promised I wasn't going to hold you all night. So results, your results are banging, and I have a ton of moms who I told to watch this because look, I understand being a mom, momming so hard is hard, okay? It is. And you've been able to come into this business and not only promote and make extra income, but change your appearance, change your body, change your health, and you look hot. So I want you to tell us, like, what are you using?
Okay, I do want to start off first by saying I couldn't use any of the products when I first started. Because remember, I found out I was pregnant a week after I joined. So I did use like the stretch mark cream, which is bomb. I didn't get any new stretch marks with my daughter, and all of the old ones are lighter. I love that stuff. That stuff everybody needs in their medicine cabinet. So I didn't get to use like Thermophyte and Fat Fighters or the wraps or anything. And the wraps are a flagship product, and I couldn't use it.
I'm going to pull up your results too.
Do what?
I'm going to pull up your results. I'm sorry.
So people always ask me, like, how were you able to do this business and not use the products? Well, I put a wrap on my husband. I put a wrap on my mom. I put a wrap on my best friend. So, like, I was seeing people in front of me get results. So I knew as soon as my baby was born, like, I was going to get the results too. And 5 days after she was born, after we were home from the hospital because of all the crazy Hurricane Harvey stuff, I started using the products. I started using the keto coffee is my life. If I do not have it, I am seriously the biggest momster ever. Like, it's awful. Like, if I'm out for a day or two, I'm just like, girl, what is life? And so I mix it with the chocolate greens so I can get that daily detox. And then when the Thermophyte X came out, that was a game changer. I lost 16 pounds in my first like 3 weeks of using it.
Good bomb.
Yeah, so I'm down 65 pounds total. Yeah, so the first picture with me in the pink stuff, that was 5 days after giving birth to my daughter. And then, and then what does that say? That's a year and 6 months afterwards. So, yeah. So I just use the products religiously. I just want to express this. I do not work out. Never have I ever.
You look great.
No. Like it's just not something that I do. I'm not athletic. Every time I try to be, I break a bone. Like it's not something for me. So yes, working out and eating right. I did eat right. I did keto for a little bit. So that was the only thing I really changed, was the way I was eating. I cut out sodas, because working at restaurants, you have everything right there in front of you. You can literally stuff your face and nobody is going to flinch, and you can drink all the sodas you want. So that was something I cut out, and just working out is just not something I do. It's not something I've ever done. Like even in high school and before that, like, so these products do work if you leave them in your in the bottle when you get it. If you don't take them every single day, of course they're not going to work. Like, of course, like think about that. Like, of course it's not going to work. So you want to use your products every single day and be consistent. And that's when you're going to get results.
Yes. And like, I love our products so much. So I actually was a customer before. I was a brand rep, and I didn't even like know. I was just on Instagram. I was like a freshman in college, and I got inboxed. I'm like, yeah, I want to grow my hair. Like, I'll be a hair model. I was with it. So I knew the products worked. And like, I love the hair, skin, and nails. That's one of my favorite products. Like, clearly.
Yes, I've seen your results. They're amazing.
I love it. And the thing about our products, just like the business, they're very gracious. So like our keto coffee, I drink my keto coffee, and for some reason my hair and nails still grow.
Yeah,
like
my nails, I was a biter, so my nails, like, where is that? Look at that.
Yeah.
That's from keto coffee, because my hair is literally a mile long, so I've never taken
Rapunzel.
I've never taken hair, skin, and nails. So this is all from the coffee. Like, I used to be a biter. I would get my acrylics on, so my nails used to be disgusting, and now I'm able to look like this because of the coffee. And that's just so crazy that they have so many other benefits than just losing weight. Like, we have nutrition and beauty and just all kinds of things. So if you're not looking to lose weight, ask us about the skincare. Ask us about maybe the stretch mark cream. Like, there's all kinds of things out there that people can use.
Definitely. And since we're talking about product, like, can you go into how someone can actually join us? Because they get to try these products in their starter kit. So let's just like go into that segue.
Yeah, for sure. So it's $99 to get started. Sometimes we have codes, sometimes we don't. So jump on it. Even when it's $99, you guys, like, I risked my rent to join this business and look at all the things I've been able to do. So you get started, you're going to get a kit with over $120 worth of samples. It's coffee, the energy, the greens, like the wraps. Like, you're going to get all kinds of things to try for yourself, or you can sell them to your family and friends. Keep that cash in your pocket, because you don't have to send it back to the company. It's yours. And make your money back off of your kit. Like, you do not have to be in the hole any type of money in this business. I heard a girl that was in another direct sales company like ours who was in debt $10,000 when she started It Works. I was like, because of that company. And I was like, oh my God. Like, oh no, that's so awful. So no, like, that $99, yes, to get started, and that's it. Like, that's the only mandatory purchase. Like, that's it.
So simple. Yeah. And I love like everything our company is doing right now. So this is the hottest time to join. I mean, for $99, you could come in and literally make your money back in a weekend. Like, I tell all of my potentials, like, look, if you're ready to go, you can sign up tonight for $99 and make that back in a weekend. And knowing what's coming the end of this month, you're going to want to be in this business.
I can't wait.
To be in this business. Like, last conference, you walked away earning a $10,000 bonus within a month or so. Like, imagine what these people can do once they see the bigger picture. But I know so often we get in our head and we talk ourselves out of the opportunity. And just like you said, you went into your rent fund to find the money for this business. When I started, like, I told my upline I didn't have the money. I had it, but I didn't have it.
Most people have it, but they don't have it.
That's what my girl. So if I look at your bank account, you don't got $99.
If I look on your Facebook tomorrow and you went and bought a new pair of shoes, like, I'm gonna smack you. Like, I see it all the time. Like, what are you doing?
I love that. I'm gonna start saying that. Call me like your other daughter. Anyway, girl, I lost the train of thought. But anyway, like, seriously, you have the money. You just have to see value in investing it. And once you see that value, the sky is the limit. So, like, for instance, I know one of my favorite things about the company right now is how fast we're expanding. We're literally giving so many people potential all over the globe to join this business, and social media connects us all.
Mm-hmm.
Connects us all. So it doesn't matter if you're local, if you're here in Texas with Autumn, or if you're here in Missouri with me, you can literally join and do this from wherever.
Mm-hmm.
Wherever. Like, Mexico is blowing up right now.
I know. And what's so crazy to me is that we met them at Cammie's house too.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, I became presidential off of Rapsin defining gel. And I was like,
girl,
what? I've had
they're
30
hungry for it.
Products and I'm not even presidential. Like, goodness.
They're hungry for it. I mean, just looking at, because the business is life-changing. There are people in this company who have a strong why, like, just like we do.
Mm-hmm.
And they're fighting for something greater. So, I mean, really just like asking all our viewers, what is your why? What are you fighting for? What do you really want? You know, like when I started, my why initially was my grandpa. So when I was 7, my mom passed away. A month later, we lost my grandmother, which was his daughter, his wife. So it's been just me and him ever since. My dad has not been in my life. Like, I know who he is, but financially, like, he hasn't done a thing. So this business was kind of like a way for me to pay homage. Like, I appreciate you so much for everything you've ever done. And I just want to be able to help you a little bit. And I know so many people can relate to that, like wanting to give back to their single moms or their parents, their grandparents, because our folks go to the ends of the earth for us.
Yep.
And you don't want to feel like a mooch, like, oh, I'm just always asking mom and dad, or I'm always asking my grandparents for money or for them to come save me.
Mm-hmm.
How awesome would it be to come home like, Mom, I thank you. Here's an extra $500. Here's an extra $2,000 to put on all the bills in the house and then go out and enjoy some. Like that. That's what we're doing here. We're thinking bigger. We want more. Like, that is the word for the company of the year, more. So, like, how going into just like this new year in 2020, I just want you to share like one more thing of why should someone join?
Because why not? Like, why not? Like, what is stopping you? Somebody's gonna talk mess about you because you joined this. Okay, guess what? Here's another story for you. All of the managers that I used to work with at my full-time job bullied me about this business. Oh, you're not going to make enough money. This is stupid. Those products are gross. They don't work. Just all kinds of things. Like, they were pushing me out the door even more, just talking mess about this business that I was so passionate about. Like, it doesn't matter. And guess where all of those people are still at? They are still at that same restaurant where I left them. Like, it doesn't matter. You don't have the time. Like, yes, you do. Like, yes, you do. You're watching me. This has been on for 32 minutes and you've been watching it. That's enough time to do something. You post every day. Like, we see what you're posting because we're friends on Facebook. We're friends on Instagram. Like, I see that you have time. So don't tell me you don't have time. Then people are like, well, I just don't know. Like, it's a scam. Like, no, it isn't. Like, I can't stress that enough. Like, do your research. Don't listen to Billy Bob Joe over there who has his middle finger up in all of his pictures, who thinks it's a scam. Like, do you want his life? Like, I saw your post. Like, do you want their life? Yeah. Like, who said it? I think it was, I can't even remember. I don't even want to like lie. They said the person that is making fun of you or the person that is putting you down is never going to be somebody who's doing better in life than you. They're going to be somebody who's miserable with their life. Like, it might look beautiful on Facebook, but that's not real life. We all know people go through things behind the scenes that they're not going to say out loud because they don't want to be judged for it, but they're going to go and judge others for what they're doing to better their lives. So you join because of what you want, not because of what Autumn wants, not because of what Travia wants. Like, what do you want? My dream board is right here. Girl, I want to help 3 people go diamond and earn whatever bonus is coming at the end of the month. I want to go 100% collection debt free. I want to pay off my car. I want to buy a house because I am still at my mom's house. I want my wedding. We are planning my freaking dream wedding right now. Like, how crazy is that? Like, we never got married because we couldn't afford it. We didn't have the time. Like, we just couldn't do it. And we're also planning a Hawaii honeymoon that we're going to be paying in cash. Like, what do you want? Put it on a board like this. Join this business and go for it, because why not?
Oh, that was good. So fire. And like, I want to just go back to something you said, because I made a post about this earlier. Like, no one successful has anything negative to say about their moneymaker. If you notice, just like you said, anybody with something negative to say or that's a naysayer, they're not in the industry to even speak on it.
Yep.
So it's like no one making bucks, making green, making money, seeing success, doing the things that you should want to be doing. They're not going to down talk their business, their moneymaker. They're just not. And so many people are just concerned with like, I don't want to be salesy. I don't want to be salesy. And I read this book by Grant Cardone, Sell or Be Sold. And after I read that, like, I just felt woke. Like, no matter what you do, you're always going to be on one side of the spectrum. You're going to be selling or you're going to be being sold. When I worked at Shoe Carnival, I sold every day. You work at McDonald's, you sell every day. You're a server. You're selling yourself every day. You want some tips? You better sell yourself.
For sure. Yeah.
So you're selling all the time. If you're a doctor, you're selling yourself to your clients. Who wants to come to a doctor that's unattractive or looks dirty or whatever? So you're always going to be selling or being sold.
You wear a Nike shirt out into the public. You're selling Nike. Nike's not going to send you a check. That Michael Kors purse on your shoulder, like, you're parading that around and people are gonna be like, oh my gosh, that bag is so nice, I'm gonna go get one. They get paid off of your advertisement. Like, what kind of stuff is that?
Disney Plus. Everybody was posting about Disney Plus. We ain't make a dime.
The Popeyes chicken sandwich. Popeyes made like $3 billion that week. Like,
and they
what? Guess who didn't get money? All those chicken sandwich eaters. Like, what?
Yeah, but like, all jokes aside, it's serious. Like, no matter what, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you don't want to be a part of sales. It doesn't matter. Like, broke is broke. Living paycheck to paycheck is living paycheck to paycheck. Just like I said earlier, I wasn't into working with kids who wanted to smack my glasses off my face and scratch me up, and I would just get a talk with our supervisor about how sorry they are that this happened to me. Like, girl, what you doing? Like, it doesn't matter. Broke is broke. So if it works, it's gonna deliver you from living paycheck to paycheck. If it works, it's gonna give you an extra $200, $500 a month. Who cares what Mary Jane said? Who cares what your mama said? Your mama quit.
Yeah, so those people that quit too, they didn't do anything. Because literally the effort is so simple in this business. If you do what we tell you to do, there's no reason that you're not gonna make money. Like,
and that's why we're still here.
So if they did it for a month and they quit and they're going to talk mess about the business, it's because they didn't do the work. They didn't put one foot in front of the other, just like the people who are successful in this business did. So you can't listen to those types of people either, because they didn't do what was necessary.
Girl, so good. So good. So I know we are running near on time. I definitely want to close this out. But like, lastly, just thank you for doing this. I know how many moms are watching, how many young people are watching and just so inspired by you, just like I am. And even coming from the standpoint of like a broke college kid, like, I know you heard a story tonight that you can relate to. Whether you're a mom, you're in college, you're a working professional, you're looking to get fit, you're looking for an extra stream of income in 2020. I know something here sparked your interest. And for $99, like you said, Autumn, it's worth a try. So just close us out with one golden nugget, one thing that's going to make me sign up tonight. What you telling me?
Just that I don't even know how there's words to describe the company that you're in. Like, I've worked for a lot of people. Like, I was only in 2 different restaurant companies, but I worked in many stores. I had many bosses, people in and out, in and out, in and out. There's a picture of me and my CEO. There's a picture of Trivia and the CEO. Like, he personally comments on my stuff, messages me back on Instagram. Like, I didn't know who the CEO was at both of the restaurants that I worked at. Like, they didn't care. They pray over every single seat in every event that we have. Like, how amazing is that? Like, just the atmosphere and the people. Like, all of my best friends, except for 2 that I had before this business, are in this business. All of my friends that I've made do this with me. So we get to share this thing. Our kids are friends, our husbands are friends. Like, we travel together every single time. Like, it's just, you just have to be in it to feel it. because that's just what sets you on fire. Is not, yeah, the money is great. The money is fantastic, but that is not even the best part. Watching people's lives change is the best part. Changing people's lives is the best part. Changing your own life, being able to travel and being able to say yes to your kids and take them to Disney World for their birthdays, like that is what counts. That is what we do this business for. The money is just extra.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's good. Those memories are priceless. Like I never got to go to Disneyland. I didn't have the white.
This was my first trip too.
Yeah. So like, just like you said earlier, what do you want? Create your life, and this business allows you to do that. It allows you to pick up that paintbrush and literally design your life. So I'm excited. I'm pumped up. I can't wait to congratulate you on going double. You know I'm going diamond, so just wait on it, okay? I can't wait.
Find me at conference. Find me.
We're gonna have to hug and take a really cute picture.
Excited.
I'm excited too. Well, thank you for doing this. Thank you guys
for asking.
Yes.
Thank you. Thanks,
no
guys.
problem. Have a good night.
You too. Good night.